Okay guys, keep on going as we try and teach you how to do these things. Okay, for those that are wondering why I'm teaching, well, I've seen so many bad jobs, and not by just beginners. I've been by people who've done this stuff for 30 years and still do a bad job. Okay, somebody has to teach you guys how to do it, and it's something you usually learn out in the field, but of course everybody who wants to do this stuff isn't out in the field. They're owner builders, other carpenters, brickies. Okay, to get this sort of experience, it takes a lot of time and effort. If you can get it on video while you're at home at night time, like I do, go chase up how to do things, then it makes things much easier. Okay, it's called research. If you don't know how to do it, find somebody who does. Alrighty, what we've got here is a set of engineering plans. Not important about who the engineer is. There are many good engineers out there. There are many bad ones. Okay, just like everyone else, every other contractor, you get good and bad. Varying stages of good. Some fair, some medium, some good, some very good. Alright, I try and stick with the better ones when I can do anything. I do know which is which. I've worked with enough of them. But most of them are okay, as long as you understand who's who and you know what you need to do. I always upgrade on these plans. For example, the current standard here in Brisbane is for 75mm posts is 75 by 75 by 4mm. Okay, 4mm, it's only 4mm thick. This one here is a 5. Alright, she's 5mm thick. This one over here, that one's 6. Okay, that's 6mm. By the time that's chopped down to only 400mm high, you can kick it all you like, you're not going to move the damn thing. Alright, where 4mm it'll still vibrate at 400mm high. You right, Frank?
Yeah, Frank. Try to lift the bag.
I'll leave it back there for a minute. Frank trying to hurt himself. Okay. Once again, for those that are doing this sort of work, there's nothing easy about it. This is hard work. If all you can lift is 20 kilo, find somebody else to do the job. Yeah. Frank, my son, I've taught him. He's been working with me the last 4 years. He's able to lift 150 kilo on his shoulders. I do the same. I used to, well, 20 years ago I was lifting 350 kilo on my shoulders. Okay, I could lift 500 with my hips. For those that are saying, oh, health and safety, well, if you treat yourself correctly and you look after yourself, the strongest man in the world lifts a whole lot more than that, and you can't tell him about health and safety. Alright, there's guys out there lifting 600 kilos with their arms. So I don't know what this 20 kilo rubbish is, but of course if there's people that are that useless on a building site, then they're going to be useless no matter what happens. 20 kilos, geez, 2 shovels cost way more than that. Anyway, here we are, there's the engineering. We're working in this section here. Alright, putting these short stumps in, and it gets longer as it goes down there and across the back because it's sloping ground. And then we've got the garage down the bottom here, the carport, which is timber on stirrups. We've got to fit the stirrups. And then we have the architectural, which is all the measurements, which tells us where everything is. Alright, so with all those measurements and with to make things work and get everything right, we've had a surveyor in, which is what we need to do by law nowadays to make sure we can get everything passed. Anthony put all the profiles up before the surveyor got here. Okay, and of course the best way to do it, rather than getting a surveyor to put marks in the ground with a peg, with just one peg, then you have to go and try and bring the marks up, is you have a profile in which is offset to the house, so it's out of the way and it can stay up almost the whole build. And on that profile we then get the surveyor to mark the outside of the house. Surveyor pins, that's the surveyor did that. Okay, same with that one up there. Now that is the outside of the house, outside of the stud wall, outside of floor. Can't go past that. Alright. Now what we've done is, because Anthony's putting palings around this house, And to make it easier, rather than putting the palings, putting the framework in between each stump, because some of these are only 400 high, of course you want the timber for the palings to go past the posts, so you're nailing it on every second post. It goes on the outside. So what we've done is we've stepped back 50 mil, so the stump line is 50 mil inside the house, so that way he can put the 35 mil timber down and nail the palings on the side of that. Right, the same on that side, 50 mil in. Now we've done that all the way around the house, except for the carport where it's timber posts, okay, which are exposed. But all the I'm trying to step over these lines. All the lines that we have up are all based on 50 mil behind. So this one here, same. Don't know if you can see it, but there's a mark there from the Soegemeier, which is the outside of this deck here. So it says these posts here. Okay, so we've stepped back there 50 mil inside, a 50 mil under the house. Right, this is a 50 mil in, that's 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 50 mil in. So they're all inside the house, okay? And that's what we've done with all these lines. The ones in the middle, of course, are still 1/3 are in. They're measured to fit equally in between those. So they're fine as long as they're inside where we need them. Because once they're under the house, as long as they're in a straight line so the bearers can go on top of them, that's all that's required. And of course the correct spacings so they don't overdo what the engineering. But there are 240 LVLs going on here, 240 by 65s, and they'll span the distances we got there quite easily with no bounce. Alright, so that's what we did on the profiles. So you can see the profile timber all the way around the house. We've stepped it down so we get down to where we can reach it. Some of those posts, those posts at the front here, the steel ones, next one down just past that little profile here. Next one's down there, they're 8 feet high. Okay, it's no point having a line way up there 3 meters above the ground. So I have to bring the lines down so I can reach the post. All right, hope you're happy with that. I hope that helps explain a few things for you. And we'll keep moving on. Thanks guys, thanks for viewing. Catch up with you again soon. See yous.